So I'm just going to show you how to set up your argon gas. So this is my argon gas tank. This is a refillable tank, but they are also available in disposable versions as well. When you receive your argon tank, you will receive the tank, and you'll also receive what's called the regulator, which is this piece of equipment here. And the first thing you'll need to do is screw the regulator into the argon tank. And whoever you buy your gas from should provide you with a spanner which is the right size for you to be able to do that. The top tip for you is to make sure that the regulator is screwed as tightly as possible into the gas tank. Otherwise, when you turn your gas on for the first time, you might hear a hissing sound, which will be the gas escaping. On my tank, I also have the on-off valve, which is this button here. I have my pressure gauge, and I also have what's called a flow meter, which looks like a test tube. Depending on what tank you have, you may not have this flow meter, so it does tend to come on the refillable tanks. The next thing I'll need to do once I've attached my regulator is to attach my gas pipe from my gas tank into my machine. So your machine will generally have come with a gas pipe which looks like this. One end of the gas pipe is going to fit into the tank. So for my tank, it goes into the end of my tail nut here. But again, depending on what tank you have, it may go into a different valve. A top tip for you when you are fixing the pipe to the tail nut is that the pipe can be quite rigid and quite difficult to push on. So if you are struggling, you can heat the gas pipe using a hairdryer or hot water, and that will soften the tube, and then you can just push the gas pipe onto the tail nut. The other end of the gas pipe is going to go into the back of your machine. I've got the Argon Zap here, so the gas port is this little port here. So to push the gas pipe in, I'm going to push my tube all the way into that, and then I want to make sure that it's nice and secure. The port within the Argon Zap just contains little teeth to stop the tube from coming out. So to remove the tube, I need to push this white button inwards. So if I push that in, that then allows me to remove my pipe. And I'm just going to pop that back in there again. Once your gas pipe is securely fitted between the machine and the gas tank, the next thing we are then going to do is to turn our gas on. So I'm just going to twist this nozzle here, all the way to the end, and that is then my gas turned on. I'm then going to want to do a few test welds to see how much gas is coming through my tank. If I need to adjust the pressure, then I will do that using this nozzle here. And if I want to adjust the flow, I will do that using this nozzle here. Once I've set my gas tank up, I don't typically touch either of these nozzles once they're on the right setting. I leave them as they are so that they're perfectly set each day. Argon gas is a safe and inert gas, but I do still turn my gas off at the end of every day, just for peace of mind and to make sure that there's no risk of gas escaping. So at the end of every day, I will just turn my gas off by twisting this nozzle here.